I've been going through my drawer of aqua and blue beads, trying to see what I want to work with next. And I pulled these 4 necklaces. So what do you think? Let's take a look at these. These are stones. They're cool to the touch, but there's not a lot of them. This vintage necklace is really pretty. Plastic beads, and these are very delicate. You can see the little beads on there. Very, very delicate. And then I have this crazy looking, I guess, tassel necklace. I guess you could loop it around and wear it like this. I can get it lined up, wear it like this. And can you see the beads and how cheap they look? They're plastic and they look horrible. They really do. So I like the chain. There's 2 different types of chain. One is shiny, one is textured. I really like the chain. I absolutely do not like these blue plastic beads. And then we have these 2 really pretty aqua teal beads. These have a moon glow look and they're quite small and they're symmetrical. It's all the same size bead. And then we have this. It's just plastic. It's all plastic beads. So it's very, very lightweight, but I like the shape of it. I like the shape of these and I like the gold with this color. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to take these 2 necklaces upstairs to work on and make a video for you as they are right now. I would never wear these 2 necklaces together, and I bet you wouldn't either. Plastic beads or not, let's see what we can upcycle these 2 completely different necklaces. Let's see what we can do to upcycle them. As I said, these blue plastic beads are really, really cheap looking, but I love the chain. I love this textured gold chain right here. And the other chain isn't too bad either, but I really love the gold textured chain. And as far as these beads, the aqua beads, the faux turquoise looking beads, they're plastic. And there is a seam to them. I found the seam when I started looking closer. It's right there. But I still like the gold, the flat beads that are separating them. I don't know if they're metal or plastic. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to take these 2 necklaces apart and see what I can come up with. Let's do that. Let's start cutting these apart. I did take a photo first so that I could remember what everything looked like before I get started here. I bet it's on string. What do you think? Is it on string or nylon? Whoop, it's string. Good old string, which I don't like to use. String that if it gets wet or as time goes on and it ages would just simply break. This is the part of the necklace that I like the best. I thought it looked cool and would make a cute earring.
What's the angle? I'm not playing that game.
I do save some of the clasp in case I want to repair. First thing I do is separate the beads and see what I have.
Who's the target? Sorry, you're not in the market. If I quit buying, you can't sell me anything. No thanks.
These are metal, little metal disc. I like to use this bead in the earrings. And of course it takes 2 per earring. So how many do I have here? I can only do 5 pairs of earrings. This one is the odd one out. Plenty of the small ones. Let's tackle this necklace. Need a couple of pliers. One happens to be flat nose and one is like a needle nose. I can make them both work. I need to separate the chain from everything. And they're connected by jump rings. Kind of an interesting component here too. Do you see that piece of wire? I could probably make one of those. That's kind of cool. I like that. But I need to find the cut on the jump ring, so I have to kind of move it around till I see it. I don't think they're soldered. I don't know if you can see that, but that jump ring has a little slit right here. Push and pull to open the jump ring. You never open it this way, you push and pull sideways. I'm going to set that jump ring aside. I like how they took this wire, just regular wire. It's nice heavy wire, I made 3 loops and attached 2 chains to it, 2 beaded chains to it. I like this little idea. I might steal that idea. But for now, let's go back to the jump rings. Well, this one is a double. Do you see how that's a double loop there? I do like how they made this. And there's my jump ring. Just think push away and pull towards. See what I mean? If you hear anything in the background while I'm working, we are in the middle of doing laundry. Yes. I shouldn't say we. Mark is doing the laundry. He always does the laundry for us, so I appreciate that. And you know, life goes on. It doesn't matter if I'm making jewelry or making a video. Life goes on. Things have to be done. So I can hear the water running right now, but I don't know if you can hear it. Hopefully you don't mind. Maybe you're doing laundry right now too. And I don't want to open up the gold link if I don't have to. I'm trying to get that pretty textured chain. And I don't think they're all the same length. I think I can see here that it varies. In fact, look at this. I didn't even realize this at first. It varies in size of links. I have 3 pieces that are a small link, and these 2 are larger. I honestly didn't notice that until now. We have 6 of these, and this is the chain that I was after. This is the one that I really like. And then this chain, which is, this is called, it might be almost like a box chain, the way it's made. 4 pieces of this. Oops, I didn't get that jump ring off of there. So as you can see here, this is the blue beads, and I'm going to take off these little loop components because I think I can make use of those in another project someday, eventually, but I'm not keeping the beads. So if I used half the chain, just half the length, that would be 1 pair, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of earrings. If I separate these into 2 pieces each. Well, you don't even know what I'm doing yet, do you? Well, let me kind of show you what I'm thinking. I have gold-plated head pins. These are 2 inches long. I have some little 3mm gold-plated beads. A tiny little daisy spacer bead. So tiny. One of the faux turquoise plastic beads. I really like this little bead. It's funny that it's hollow on one side, but I'm going to use that. I did like it, the way they had it. And I liked this on top, so I'm not changing it too much so far, except what I added on the bottom. Another little daisy spacer bead. I have a couple of options. Either I could finish off with a larger, gold-plated bead. It's getting pretty tall now. I don't like the spacer with it. Either finish it off like this, or I have some really fancy beads here. Wait till you see these. They're gold and silver, shiny, really pretty. No, don't like that. But let's take this one off and try this. Do we like that? I have this option of adding one of my beads that I have in my jewelry making stash, in my bead stash, or kind of like that. That's not really changing it very much, is it? Not a whole lot. I mean, this bead is really pretty. I don't know if it's transferring to camera, but it's really, really pretty. I like it. I'm gonna go with it and see what it looks like when it's all finished. Now, do I have gold ear wires? Do I have gold ear wires? I better have. Not a lot. I work with silver plated a lot more than I do with gold tones. What do? We bend it. Put my thumbnail on that top bead, basically bend it, right angle. Cut off the excess down to about 1/4 of an inch. Hold it away from you so it doesn't go flying into your eye. Today I'm going to go ahead and make the loop all the way. Sometimes I make the loop and add the ear wire, but I'm trying to hold it almost 1/4 of an inch out, 1/4 of an inch onto my tool, my round nose pliers. I'm going to close it all the way so I have a really pretty loop this time. And then on here, on the ear wire, I can open this loop up to the side. Open it to the side slightly, just slightly. Slip this on. This is the proper way to do it, but I shortcut a lot But I thought I would show you the proper way to attach today. And I have a really pretty loop that way. Set that aside and make another one. If you like, be sure to like and comment. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Wow, I think they look really fancy and really expensive. I don't think anyone would ever know that these are plastic beads. I really don't. Now, some of the plastic beads have more color than others because they're supposed to look, you know, like faux turquoise. But yeah, I think they look far more expensive than what they are. That's too funny. That just goes to show you that if you see someone wearing what looks like real gold or real turquoise, it might just be plastic plated and assorted mixed metals and materials. You just never know. I think these look like $20 earrings. What do you think? Of course, they won't cost that much. I'll put them in our eBay store, Avante Avenue, and in the description box where it says show more. But yeah, I'm not going to put them at $20, don't worry. But I'm going to see how many I can make here, and then I'm going to go on to another idea that I have with the chain, remember? In fact, let's just do that. Let's go to the chain next. This is the chain that I want to use, and I'm not sure how many links I have here. Let's count them. 15. So let's say there's 14. I need 7 links per earring. I need to separate it on this one. Kind of glad there's an odd number of 15. Now I need to find the closure of the link. It's got to have one. Oh, found it. Gosh, that was hard to see. It's just shiny and pretty and textured, and I think it's because of the texture is why it was so hard to see. I'm going to, again, push away and pull towards until you have that open. Slip off the chain. And I'll set that link aside. Never know what I might do with that. A couple of gold-plated head pins. They don't have to be gold-plated. It's just what I have. And we're going to put a little 3mm gold-plated bead on the bottom and a tiny little daisy spacer bead. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And one of the faux turquoise beads that looks like a $20 pair of earrings. That can look like real stone if nobody touches it, because you know stone is cool to the touch and plastic is not. That's one way to tell when you're looking at costume jewelry, vintage jewelry, is touch it. Really cool to the touch, it's stone or glass. If it just feels normal or room temperature, then it's plastic. Let's do that little bead cap that came with the original necklace. Let's even go with this that came with the original necklace. And then I'm going to do another daisy spacer and another 3mm bead. So it looks pretty much like the necklace, right? Except I added these beads at the top and bottom. Let's do the right angle. Cut this down to about 1/4 inch, holding it away from you. Although I do have glasses on, so I guess you could say I have safety glasses on. Get a hold of it in the same spot that you like to do. Make your loop. Got a little angled on me. Close the loop. Oh, no, don't close the loop yet. Don't close the loop yet. Open it sideways now. Open it sideways. I forgot to slip the chain on. Now close it. It's a little harder to work with now, but I'll get it. I will. Kind of give it a little pinch if you need to. So now I have some chain attached. Let's get an ear wire before we go any further. And these are gold-plated, lead nickel free. All my ear wires are lead nickel free, which they should be these days anyway. Open that up slightly. Let's hook the chain on here. These are going to be long earrings, long dangly earrings for those who like long earrings. Open it a little more because this is a pretty thick chain. Close it up. Oh my gosh, look at that. Let's get the display. Look at that earring. Is it too long? Did I get carried away? Maybe I should have only done 3 loops. Let's put it on a jewelry display. Let's see. Whoa, it's longer than my display. Vicky, that might be a little too much. I think you got carried away. which is okay, honestly, because I can get more jewelry if I cut this shorter. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculously long. So that means I need to open up another loop on the chain. So what would be reasonable? 3 loops? So I'm going to open up this one right here, and I think I see the place to do it. So open it, take that piece of chain off, slip this on, close it up. That looks a little more reasonable, doesn't it? Let's make a second one, and then we'll put them on the jewelry display. The really fun thing about making jewelry, refashioning jewelry, repurposing jewelry, making jewelry from scratch, you know, from brand new beads. The fun thing is you can take it apart. You can experiment. You can take it apart and try again. It's not like paint that you put on canvas that you can't remove anymore because it's been used. You can redo it over and over and over. You can redo it. And that's one of the reasons I love jewelry making.
I get to know you when we share what we're going through. Do I feel like home to you? Look through the looking glass, magnifying what's in the palm of your hand.
I think those are kind of cool. What do you think? I love the texture of the gold chain. I think these look more expensive than what they are too. I think they look cool. In fact, the chain is it's got a twist to it. So yeah, what do you think? Which pair do you like best? Let's try these side by side. Here's the shorter one, and here's the longer one with the chain. And this is what I originally had in mind anyway for the chain. I don't know why I jumped to this one first. But 2 completely different styles of earrings from the same beads. Can we come up with anything else? Well, first of all, I need to make some more of each for our website. So I'll play a little music while I make a few more earrings. And keep watching to the end because I'm sure I'll come up with something else.
Look through the looking glass, where feelings are much larger than they may appear. 'Cause nothing is good, it can last now. At least that's what I tell myself out of fear.
If you recall, I only had so many of these larger faux plastic turquoise looking beads. So I could only make one more pair of these and one more pair with the chain, except I do have 2 left. So which style do I want to make with the last 2 beads? Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm leaning towards that more ladies would wear this one over the longer one with the chain. I'm going to make one more of these off camera, and then I'll be back to see what we can do and talk about these small beads. It's playtime. Let's see what we can do with these small beads.
When I wear my colored glasses, the sun comes shining through. When wearing my rose-colored glasses, the world looks shiny and new. The skies are ever so blue. I'm happy through and through. When wearing my rose-colored glasses, I tell you what I see. You are still here with me. When I'm feeling lonely, I'm putting my glasses on.
They're tiny, they're dainty, they're simple. So I was able to use the faux turquoise plastic bead and the divider, that little gold divider, reuse that, and added the daisy spacers and the little 3mm. So let's make a few more pairs.
I was lost for a while, but I found me a better way. I'm losing my mind, ignoring all the pain. When putting my glasses on, sunny days just go on and on and on. I wear my colored glasses, the sun comes shining through. Wearing my rose-colored glasses, the world looks shiny and new. The skies are ever so blue. I'm happy through and through. I'm wearing my rose-colored glasses. I tell you what I see. You are still here with me. Everything looks better when I'm looking through this colored lens. 'Cause life's too hard and the world don't make no sense. I'm putting my glasses on. All of my troubles are gone.
All I have left from the necklaces that I took apart. The blue plastic beads, the clasp, 3 types of chain, these interesting little components to join pieces. I'm going to keep those. Jump rings that I didn't use in this video. A few of these little bead caps and the smaller turquoise plastic beads. So now let's take a look at what we made. I made 8 pairs of earrings, 2 pair with the chain, 3 pair with the gold and silver sparkly beads, and 3 pair with the small faux turquoise beads.
But somehow, for you and I, this trust. As long as no one asks what this really feels like inside out, they never would have guessed.
I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Jewellery, and Mark and I will see you soon.